Best years of your life? 7. Grammar, verb, patterns, vocabulary, body language. Everyday English, you poor thing. Reading Gordonston, the school Prince Charles loathed. Listening, best of friends. Writing, arguing for or against. Watch the video introduction. 1. Look at the photo. How does it fit the unit title? 2. Read the quote. Do you agree with it? Why not? Question mark. Youth is wasted on the young. George Bernard Shaw. Use your workbook for self-study. Go online for more practice and to check your progress. 69. Starter. Grammar, verb, patterns. Discuss these questions first with a partner and then as a class. What were your best and worst subjects at school? Have you taken a lot of exams in your life? How did you do? How do you feel about exams? Are you good at revising? Do you get nervous? My worst exam result. Biddy are not. Is it possible to fail a cookery exam? Single quote. Exam time. 17.1 Read and listen to 3 people describing their worst ever exam. Answer the questions. 1. Why does Biddy hate making fish pie? 2. Why is Ted pleased to have had a terrible exam result? 3. What was Winston's dream? What stopped him from fulfilling it? 2. Look at the highlighted phrases. They are all verb patterns, which take the infinitive. 3. Read these sentences about the people. Which 2 verbs or phrases can fill the gaps? 1. Biddy usually had no problem with A. Taking B to pass. 2. She. Passing. Exams. To forget the disastrous cookery exam. A. Wants B tries C can't. 3. Nowadays, she. Cooking fish pie. A can't stand B refuses C doesn't enjoy. 4. Ted. A remembers. Getting only 9% in his exam. B was shocked C doesn't regret him continue with his studies. A. Let B made C persuaded. 5. His tutors. 6. His students not to behave like him. C. Makes. A. Tells B warns. Ted Stockton. My poor exam. Results help me to help my own students. Single quote. Winston Laurent. 7. Winston. Taking maths exams. A. Needed B didn't mind C used to like. 8. He. A stopped. To study maths. B was encouraged C was expected. To become a TV reporter. 9. He. A made. B decided. C was advised. I didn't want to be called a swot. Single quote. It's years since I took any exams, but I can still remember feeling sick with fear before each one. I was a bit of a nerdy student. I always did my homework and revised hard, so, usually, I didn't find it too difficult to pass exams. That's why the memory of the one exam I failed makes me shudder to this day. It was my domestic science exam, at least that's what they used to call it in those days. It was, in fact, a cookery exam. And who could possibly fail that? I know all we ever learned to make in class were ginger biscuits and spaghetti bolognese, but I'm still not sure how I managed to fail. All I can remember is that, 1 minute the fish pie was in my hands, the next, it was face down on the floor. I tried to pick up the bits and arrange them in another dish. But it was hopeless, and I knew it. I failed miserably, my worst ever result. Ironically, today, I am quite a good cook. I just hate making fish pie. Single quote. I'm a teacher and I think it's good to be able to say to my shocked students. I once got 9% in an exam. That was what I scored in the chemistry exam at the end of my first year at university. My other results weren't much better, I only just managed to get enough marks overall to allow me to continue to the second year. Actually, the dismal mark was no surprise. I'd had a ball in my first year and neglected my studies. But 9%? My tutors expected me to do better than that. The good thing was that I realized that my choice of degree was a big mistake and I decided to change course and study English literature. A great decision because it resulted in me becoming a teacher, and when I want to warn my students about the dangers of not working hard, I tell them about my 9%. Single quote. 47.2 Listen and complete the lines about Biddy, Ted, and Winston. Who do you think is speaking? 1. You're such a swot. You never play football with us. Winston's friend. 2. Sir. We. Exclamation mark. Come and. Why you got such a low mark? 3. Oh my goodness. What a mess. You have. Now. 4. Good evening. Talks have broken down with the train drivers and they are on strike next week. 5. 1. It was an accident. 6. Okay, I hope you all. The essay on the romantic poets. Oh, grammar spot. 1. Match a pattern in A with a sentence in B from the texts. A. Verb plus ing verb plus 2. Verb plus SB plus 2. Verb plus SB plus infinitive. Without 2. Adjective plus 2. Preposition plus ing. B. I don't know how I managed to fail. My tutors expected me to do better. The memory makes me shudder. I hate making fish pie. I was good at taking exams. I didn't find it difficult to pass exams. 2. Find more examples in the texts about Biddy, Ted, and Winston. Grammar reference. P 148-9. 5. What is the difference in meaning between the pairs of sentences? Match them with the illustrations. 1. He remembered to email the report. 2. He remembered emailing the report. 3. They stopped talking to each other. 4. They stopped to talk to each other. B. I wasn't a star pupil, but I was good at taking exams. I was particularly good at maths and physics, and I dreamed of becoming an astronaut. I hoped to be the first black guy on Mars, failing that, a stockbroker in the city and make millions. Our maths teacher let us work at our own speed, and by the time I was 14 I was years ahead of the rest of my class. My teacher encouraged me to take the advanced level maths exam at 14, but I was worried about being called a swot, so I refused to. I stopped working so hard. Then, when I finally took the exam at 18, I failed miserably. I could no longer look forward to being an astronaut or a stockbroker. I studied politics and sociology instead, and finally became a TV news reporter. I love it, but I'd have preferred to walk on Mars. Single quote. D. Go online for more grammar practice. Practice. On being a teenager. 1. Is being a teenager one of the best or worst times of life? Think of 3 advantages and 3 disadvantages. Share them with the class. 2. Read the conversation between 3 friends, Nina, N, Lee, L, and Tanya, T, talking about their teenage years. Work with a partner and complete it with the verb in the correct form. I was a horrible teenager. Single quote. N. I feel bad about it now. I was a horrible teenager. I made my poor mum and dad suffer so much. I didn't mean to, but my friends were all important and mum and dad were just embarrassing. L. Tell me about it. I'll never forget 2 underscore. Opening parenthesis. Go. On this awful picnic. With mine, I was about 14, I think. T. Didn't you want to go? L. No, they forced me to. We drove to the countryside and stopped. Opening parenthesis. Have. Our picnic by the river. Dot. Dot. My dad put a rug down on the grass and wanted me. I wouldn't get out of the car. Opening parenthesis. Join them, but I refused to. T. Why not? L. Oh, you know, I felt embarrassed. I didn't like the idea of S. Opening parenthesis. Sit. With my mum and dad on a rug, eating egg and tomato sandwiches. It just wasn't cool. T. Your poor mum and dad. N. Well, I remember. Opening parenthesis. Stand. In our kitchen yelling, I hate you. I hate you. At my parents. T. Why? What had they done? Or, more to the point, what had you done? No, I'd persuaded them underscore. Opening parenthesis. Let me to this big party, and it was near my exams and I promised. 9. Opening parenthesis. Be home by midnight and dot dot. T and of course you weren't. Underscore. Go. No, it was 2 o'clock and they kept 10. Opening parenthesis. Call me and I didn't answer my phone. I was grounded for a month. Well, I remember when I just passed my driving test and I begged my mum, opening parenthesis, let me 12. And I crashed it, turned it over in a ditch. Opening parenthesis. Borrow her car. Whoa. You two were horrible. Me, I was such a boring teenager. I didn't behave badly at all. My mum and dad were kind of cool, so maybe I didn't need to. 37.3 Listen and check. Who was the well-behaved teenager? Why? What occasions of bad behavior do the others remember? Talking about you. 4 Work in small groups. Share stories from your teenage years. 5 Complete the sentences so that they are true for you but make 2 of them false. 1 I'm thinking of. Dot. Dot. 2 I really enjoy. Dot. Dot. 3 I'm no good at. Dot. Dot. 4 I'll never forget. Dot. Dot. 5 I must remember. Dot. Dot. 6 I sometimes find it difficult. Dot. Dot. 7 My parents made me. Dot. Dot. When I was young. 8 I'm looking forward to. Dot. Dot. 6 Read your sentences aloud to each other. Make comments and ask questions to find the false ones. I'm thinking of becoming a lawyer. Listening and speaking best of friends. 1 Discuss these questions with a partner. 1 How often do you get together with friends? What do you do with them? 2 Have you got a best friend? If so, what makes this friend special? 27.5 Listen to 4 people talking about their best friends. Who do you think has the best friend? 37.5 Listen again and complete the chart. Molly and Carol. Kate and Carly. Omicron. I don't believe you. Are you? Why? Dave and Danny. You've always wanted to work outdoors. Sam and Ollie. Kate and Carly. Dave and Danny. Molly and Carol. Sam and Ollie. How and when did they become friends? Spoken English. I refuse to. The reduced infinitive. 1 In conversation, it is not necessary to use the full infinitive if it is understood from the context. Did you go on the picnic? Single quote. B. No, I refuse to. Single quote. Can you come to lunch next Sunday? B. Oh yes, I'd love to. 2 Find 4 examples in the conversation in 2. 3 Reply to A, using the verb in brackets and a reduced infinitive. 1A Did you post my letter? B. Oh sorry, I. Opening parenthesis. Forget. Dot. 2A I can't go out with you this evening. Sorry. B. Oh, but you. Dash opening parenthesis. Promise. Dot. Dash opening parenthesis. Ask me. Dot. 3A Why did you give Lily my number? B. Because she. 4A Do you think you'll apply for that job? B. No, I've. Opening parenthesis. Decide, not. Dot. 5A Were they a difficult team to beat? B. Yes, but we. B. Well, I. Opening parenthesis. Manage. Dot. 6A Are you taking Nick to the airport? Opening parenthesis. Offer. But he said. Not need. Dot. 47.4 Listen and check. Practice with a partner. Think of a possible next line in the conversations. Are they long-lasting best friends? Why not? What do they do as friends? 4 Read these quotes from the people and answer the questions beneath. 1. We wrote about all sorts. Who are we? What were the all sorts? 2. She just dropped me. Who is she? What did she do? 3. 3 small boys kicking off in the corridor. Who were the boys? Where were they? What were they doing? 4. We do stuff together. Single quote. Who are we? What stuff do they do? What do you think? Black circle. Which of the friendships do you think will be lifelong? Why? What do you think makes a best friend? Is it important to have one? Who was your first best friend? Where and when did you meet them? Do you have many friends on social media? Can these be best friends? Reading and speaking boarding school. 1. What is a boarding school? Are they usually private or state? Opening parenthesis. Strangely, top British private schools are called public schools. Closing parenthesis. What is your impression of the school in the photos? 2. Read the introduction to Gordonston. What is special about this school? Why do you think Prince Charles hated it? 3. Divide into 2 groups. Group A, read about the school's history. Group B, read about the school today. Answer the questions with your group. 1. Which of these dates or numbers are from your text? What do they refer to? 1934, 1972, 1933, 2, 100, 1940 S 600, 40250. 2. What were living conditions for pupils like? 3. Who are the pupils? Where do they come from? 4. Is the school sensitive to problems students face when boarding? 5. What sports and outdoor activities were a part of the school's curriculum? 6. Why were sports and outdoor activities important to the school? 7. Which other subjects or activities are important to the school? How? 4. Find someone from the other group. Ask and answer the questions together and compare the school today with the school as it used to be. 5. Read the postscript. Why do you think so many rich and famous people send their children to Gordonston? What do you think? Black circle. Would you like to have been educated at this school? Why not? Would you want to send your children there? Do you think an emphasis on outdoor activities and the arts is as important as academic success in education? Black circle. A few children are sent to boarding school as young as 7. What could be the disadvantages of this for both parents and children? Could there be any advantages? A language competition. Work in 2 teams. There are 16 examples of verb patterns in the article. Which team can find them all first? Watch a video about what life is like for students at a stage school. Gordonston. The school Prince Charles loathed. Gordonston is a famous and very expensive boarding school in a remote part of Scotland. It has its own fire station, theatre, yacht, and mountain rescue unit. Wealthy parents from all over the world are eager to pay up to £35,000 a year for its special brand of character education. It has many famous old boys, including 4 princes from the British royal family. 2. Prince Philip and Charles. The school's history. School was founded in 1934 by the German. Hahn also believed that it was very important to understand different cultures, and encouraged the boys to work overseas. Over the years, they have helped build schools in Africa, Wales in Thailand. Educator, Kurt Hahn. He was born in Berlin in 1886, and cared for orphans in Romania, and studied at Oxford University. As a young man, he read Plato's The Republic and came up with the idea of a modern school. In 1933, Hahn was arrested for daring to speak out against the Nazis. He was exiled to Britain, and it was there that he decided to start a new school in Scotland. Its beginnings were very small, with only 2 students. The numbers gradually increased, and included the young Prince Philip of Greece, who went on to become the husband of Queen Elizabeth II. By the end of the 1940s, there were 250 boys. Outdoor activities and risk-taking were central to Hans' beliefs, so skills such as mountaineering and sailing were taught. Boys were expected to endure hard conditions, followed by icy cold showers. They wore shorts in all weathers, slept on hard bunk beds with the windows open, even in the freezing Scottish winters, and were made to go on long walks in pouring rain. Prince Philip so enjoyed his years at Gordonston that in 1962 he and the Queen decided to send their shy, sensitive 12-year-old son, Prince Charles, there. Charles loathed it. He called it a prison sentence, called it in kilts, absolute hell. He was bullied, cold-shouldered, and mocked for having big ears. Kinder boys were afraid to befriend him. His father wrote him letters urging him to be strong. He wrote back, "I wish I could come home." Single quote. The school today. IRLS finally joined the school in 1972. There are now about 600 pupils, from the age of 8 to 18, and 100 teachers, so there is a very low student-teacher ratio. There are 9 boarding houses on the campus, 3 for the girls and 6 for the boys. They all have TVs, a common room, and a kitchen. It's a truly multicultural school, with about 35% of the students coming from 40 different countries. There is also an international summer school, attended every year by 250 children from all over the world. Nowadays, pupils are allowed to use email, text, Skype, and Facebook if they feel homesick. Sport still plays a central role in the school's crowded timetable. Outdoors, there are tennis courts, and playing fields for rugby, football and cricket, and a 400 meters running track. Students can also do horse riding, rifle shooting, and golf. Indoors, there's a large sports center with a rock climbing wall, a swimming pool, a weights room, squash courts and a hall for basketball, badminton, netball, and karate. On the arts side, there's a first-class music department with its own recording studio, drum studio, and concert room. Over 40% of the students learn to play an instrument. Also, there's an excellent drama department, which has its own 200-seat theater. Like the school's talented musicians, its drama groups often tour overseas, most recently to the US. Community service is an important part of Gordonston life. Every Wednesday, pupils help in the local area, visiting retirement homes, nursery schools, and hospitals. They also help with local fire and emergency services. The school has 2 fire engines and a mountain rescue service. Schools nowadays are often accused of being exam factories. This cannot be said of Gordonston. It aims to produce much more rounded, risk-taking adults. Postscript. Old Gordonstonians. There are many other famous old boys. Prince Charles's brothers, Princes Andrew and Edward, followed in his and their father's footsteps. Princess Anne, the Queen's second child, was not educated at Gordonston, which at that time was for boys only, but she sent her 2 children, Zara and Peter, there. Other famous sons and daughters include Una Chaplin, granddaughter of Charlie Chaplin; Jason Connery and Duncan Jones, sons of Sean Connery and David Bowie respectively. Vocabulary and idiom. Body language. 1. Which part of Prince Charles's body did his school friends make fun of? Why? As a class, brainstorm parts of the body. Write them on the board. 2. Say which parts of the body you use to do the following things. Bite, blow, clap, climb, hit, hug, kick, kneel, point, scratch, stare, whistle, lick, march. 3. Work with a partner. Which verbs in 2 go with these nouns and phrases? Kick a football. A football. A ladder. Like a soldier. Someone tight. An ice cream. Down to pray. Attune your nails. Up a balloon. An insect's bite. Your hands. A gun. Out of the window. A nail with a hammer. 7.6 Listen and check. What does kick the habit mean? Look at the list again with your partner. Can you remember the situations? 4. There are many idiomatic expressions to do with the body. The sentences all contain idioms. Work out their meanings from the context. 1. No one in my class is speaking to me. Why are they giving me the cold shoulder? 2. I don't get on with my brother. We don't see eye to eye about anything. 3. I saw a program on TV about quantum physics, but I'm afraid it went straight over my head. 4. Don't waste your breath trying to explain it to me. I'll never understand. 5. Did you hear about Millie's party? People drank too much and the whole thing got out of hand. 6. The house was such a mess, and when her parents came back they kicked up such a fuss. I don't blame them. 7. My dad keeps a stack of chocolate in his desk for while he's working. He's got such a sweet tooth. 8. I feel silly. I got so excited when he said I'd won the lottery, but he was only pulling my leg. 5. Replace the idioms in 4 with their literal meanings from the box. Read the sentences aloud with both expressions. Love's sweet things were absolutely furious. Ignoring me completely, it's not worth. I didn't understand a word. Agree. Out of control. Joking. 6. Look these words up in a dictionary. Choose one idiomatic expression for each. Tell the class. Heart, head, hand, foot, hair. Everyday English, you poor thing. 1. Read the 3 conversations. What's the problem in each? Conversation 1. Oh dear. What happened to you? B. Oh, I fell and twisted my ankle. How did you do that? B. Well, I was walking and texting and I didn't see this bump in the pavement and ... A. ... So you fell while texting. Then 2. Conversation 2. How was the restaurant? Exclamations can be formed with how, what, so, or such. How plus adjective. How awful. What plus noun. What bad luck. So plus adjective. It was so crowded. Such plus noun. He's such an idiot. How absolutely fantastic. What a surprise. There were so many people. It was such fun. 4. Complete the lines in a with how, what, so, or such. Match them with lines in B. What could the situations be? A. 1. His lectures are boring. 2. Is it for me? Lovely. 3. 4. You won £1,000. _____ luck. A coincidence. 5. That's a stupid idea. 6. We had. B. That's so kind of you. B. It rained every day. I never win anything. D. I can't help falling asleep. E. It'll never work. Terrible weather. F. I didn't know Tom was. 7.8 Listen, check and repeat. Your cousin. 5. Complete these exclamations. Then use them to complete. Conversations 4 to 6. A. B. A pity. Dreadful. D. It's annoying. E. He's. C. It'll be fun. F. A coward. Frustrating. B. 3. We're not going back there again. A. Why not? B. Well, I found a caterpillar in my salad. I nearly swallowed it. A. Ugh. Conversation 3. A. My phone's broken. It fell down the loo. B. Oh no. Is it completely ruined? A. No, I've put it in a bag of rice. B. You've done what? Exclamation mark. Why? A. Well, someone told me the best way to dry it out is to leave it in rice for 48 hours. B. Rice. Question mark. I bet it won't work. 2. Read the conversations again. Complete 1 to 6 with the phrases AF. A. That's such nonsense. B. It was so bad. C. You poor thing. D. How disgusting. E. What a disaster. F. You've only got yourself to blame. 37.7 Listen and check. Practice the conversations. Conversation 4. A. I hear you aren't coming to Max's 18th. B. Yes it is, but it's my grandpa's birthday, too. A. But everyone's going to Max's. 2. B. I know, but it's Grandpa's 80th. Or well, don't worry. Max'll understand. An 80th birthday is more important than an 18th. Conversation 5. A Carl texted Anna to say that he dumped her. He couldn't tell her face to face. B. A yeah. Point 4. B. Well, I think she's well rid of him, don't you? Conversation 6. My Wi-Fi keeps disconnecting. B.S. A what? But you know what they say. ... B. Just try turning everything off and on again. Yeah, I know, but I have to do that 2 or 3 times a day. B. Time to call an engineer. 7.9 Listen and check. Writing. Discursive writing, arguing for and against. 1. Do you think childhood is the best time of your life? Discuss as a class. 2. Read about the pros and cons of childhood. Which words and phrases in the box can replace the underlined words in the text? In my opinion, for instance. In conclusion. Finally, in fact, moreover. Another point is that one advantage is that all things considered. One disadvantage is that, on the other hand. Pros and cons. 3. There are 4 paragraphs. What is the purpose of each one? 4. Match a pro with a con. Join them with, on the one hand, on the other hand. Pros. 1. Don't have to go to work. 2. Have free time. 3. Don't have to do housework. 4. Pay less for things. Cons. A. Need parents' permission to go out. B. Don't have enough pocket money. Chave to go to school every day. D. Have to do homework and take exams. 5. Work with a partner and discuss one of these subjects and make a list of the pros and cons. 1. Boarding school. 2. Getting older. 3. Having children when young. 6. Use your ideas from 5 to write 4 paragraphs on your chosen subject. You can use the phrases from 2 to help you. Read your essay aloud to the class. Do they agree with your conclusions? Go online for more writing practice. Pros and cons. Childhood, is it the best time of life? 1. Some people say that childhood is the best time of your life. However, being a child has both advantages and disadvantages. 2. On the plus side, you have few responsibilities. For example, you don't have to. Homework, free time. School holidays, no pressure. No money, fun and games. Exams. Go to work, pay bills, or do the shopping or housework. This means you have plenty of time to do whatever you want, watch TV, play video games, go out with friends, play sports, or pursue other hobbies. In addition to this, public transport, cinema, and sports centers cost much less for children. All in all, being a child can be a fun time of life. 3. However, for every plus there is a minus. For one thing, you have to spend all day, every day, Monday to Friday, at school, and this inevitably means that you have to do homework and take exams. What is more, although you have free time, you are rarely allowed to do whatever you want. You need your parents' permission before going out with friends, staying out late, or going to parties. It can sometimes seem that they want to stop you having any fun. Last of all, things may be cheaper for children, but that doesn't mean they are cheap. Children depend on getting pocket money, and not all parents choose to, or are able to give generously. In reality, some children can't afford to do much at all. 4. To sum up, despite its lack of responsibility, I believe that childhood is definitely not the best time of life. On the one hand, children may have free time, but conversely they do not have the freedom to choose what to do with it. They can feel pressurized both by parents and the education system. However, the increased responsibility that comes with age creates its own pressures, too.